The concept of the intelligent design of life was immensely attractive.
System of information processing that bears the hallmark of intelligent design.
Intracellular version of a postal delivery service. Message-carrying protein called paxillin.
How these proteins move, how do these molecules move inside the cell with time and in
Paxillin
space.
is also involved in transmitting signals from several classes of growth factor receptors to neurons. Researchers are eager to understand these interactions because their malfunctions have been linked to a variety of cancers, tumor metastasis, and other disease processes. Tumor-causing versions of signaling
to establish a permanent niche in the habitat of our skin.
The bacterium then divides and replicates, along with its new genetic instructions. What is exciting is that these instructions may direct the bacterium to manufacture an important product.
Makes a comfortable home by burrowing directly into the skin.
A new, precise, less expensive, and more flexible way of making products.
There is life in enormous abundance.
Paxillin can rapidly assemble and disassemble.
We're just like our walking almost, right? If you walk, you have to lift your foot here, the sole, but you have to step down.
Using evolution to design disease organisms intelligently is that, from the germ's eye point of view, disease organisms have to get from one host to another, and often they have to rely on the well-being of the host to move them to another host, but not always. Sometimes you get disease organisms that don't rely on host mobility at all.
Tiny circles of DNA called plasmids were discovered inside some bacterial cells. These loops contain genes which make bacteria resistant to antibiotics. But even more exciting, through a process called genetic engineering, scientists have learned how to splice new genes into the DNA strands of a plasmid.
To actually be able to sit down and design species in the computer. We don't know necessarily what they look like. We know exactly what their genetic code looks like. We're focusing on now a fourth generation fuel. We have second and third generation fuels that will be coming out relatively soon that are sugar to much higher value fuels like octane or different types of butanol. Sunlight and CO2 is one method. It takes CO2 to methane using molecular hydrogen as its energy source. We're looking to see if we can take captured CO2, which can easily be piped to sites, convert that CO2 back into fuel to drive this process.
The mycelium infuses all landscapes. It holds soils together. It's extremely tenacious. It holds up to 30,000 times its mass. Mushrooms are very fast in their growth, day 21, day 23, day 25. Closely related to fungi than we are to any other kingdom. As the mycelium grows, it conquers territory, and then it begins to net. We exhale carbon dioxide, so does mycelium. It inhales oxygen, just like we do. But these are essentially externalized stomachs and lungs. And I present to you the concept that these are extended neurological membranes, natural internet. It knows that you are there. When you walk across landscapes, it leaps up in the aftermath of your footsteps trying to grab debris. That fungi use radiation as a source of energy, much
Now, supplied with nutrients from the soil, the fig grows really fast. Thicken and fuse into a lattice. As years pass, the fig
pushes .exe. What it does is it executes the first line of code, which reads just like that, AATCAGGA, and that means make a root. Next line of code, make a stem.
Our skin itself hides a miniature world from the normal view of our eyes.
One way to change our genes is to make new ones, as Craig Venter has so elegantly shown. Another is to change our lifestyles.
This is crystallized DNA. How to reprogram cells, like stem cells, in such a way that they express bone, stomach, skin, pancreas. And you are likely to be one there.
Write programming languages for DNA and have molecular compilers. That's DNA origami. That's one way.
This changes all rules. This is life. But we're reprogramming it.